One amazing thing happened this week, which is
I got new teeth.
Okay, I'm not really getting like new teeth. I'm keeping my actual teeth, but I am getting Invisalign. So I'm super excited about that because if you haven't noticed, and you probably have if you have eyes, but I have pretty crooked teeth like on the bottom and even at the top, they're like super crowded. So I'm so excited to finally be in a place where I can afford to do something about my teeth because I couldn't afford braces as a kid and now I can. So that's super exciting. And then one kind of stinky thing happened this week, which is I got 3 eBay returns, literally in 1 week, like $90 worth of returns. So let's talk about it.
Won't nobody love you the way they should. Won't nobody check up on you, make sure you're good. Won't nobody check those body tremors for your neck.
Hi everyone, my name is Becky Park and I am a part-time reseller on Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, Consignment, and Thredup. In this video, which is a what sold video, I'm going to be sharing with you everything that sold for me last week, and I'm going to be telling you as much as I can about each sale, including where I picked it up, how much I made on the item, how many days I sat on the item, and any other fun information that I can think of along the way. So on this channel, I do a what sold video every week, as well as thrift hauls, Thredup rescue box and openings, reviews on different reselling tools, lots of different things. So if that sounds interesting to you and you enjoy reselling content, especially from the perspective of someone who is reselling part-time, then definitely hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you are alerted every time I upload new YouTube content. But let's go ahead and start talking about the week. It was actually a really great week. I was super pleased with the sales that came in, and I'm just really thankful that my hard work of listing my butt off has been paying. So let's get into the week. So we are talking about the week of November 9th all the way through November 15th. So November 9th, which was a Monday, I had a couple sales over on Poshmark. The first item to sell was in my 4 for $25 sale. It's a sale that I have that's kind of just like an everlasting sale, and typically the items in my 4 for $25 sale consist of items that just aren't as expensive. I feel like people would much rather, bundle these things together so that they can save on the shipping and just get a better deal. And so this was one of those items, and it was this pair of Old Navy polka dot pixie ankle pants in a size 2R. These sold for $12 using offers to likers, and so I made $6.93. And those did take 97 days to sell after relisting them. I believe I got those for free from a friend from church. So $6.93 of pure profit. And if you watched this video right here where I compare the results of 2 weeks of just doing my closet clear out method, and I do have an entire video about my closet clear out method as well, which I will link right here, but it was 2 weeks of doing that and then 2 weeks of trying offers to likers and comparing the results. And so this was an offers to likers week, and you're going to see I did have a lot of sales using offers to likers. The next thing to sell was also sold using offers to likers, and it was this pair of Allen Edmonds Lauderdale black leather Oxford shoes in a size 9D, and these were only listed for 13 days. They sold for $60. That was the offer I sent. I believe I originally had them priced at $75, but like I said, I sent out a pretty good offer, and I did offer discounted shipping, and so my profit on those shoes was $45.88. I picked those up for $3 at a local consignment store, maybe like a couple weeks ago when my daughter was doing gymnastics. They were running the sale. They had all this stuff outside, and a certain color tag was $3. And I got 2 pairs of Allen Edmonds shoes that day, both of which were only $3. So that was pretty cool. Allen Edmonds is a great shoe brand for men. They make all their shoes in the USA, and their shoes are so expensive. Like, these shoes probably retailed for like $300 or something like that. So if you can find them, they usually do sell between like $50 to $70. And obviously it depends on the style and what kind of shape they're in, but these were in pretty good shape. They had a little bit of like water staining on the top of the shoe. So other than that, they were great. So they sold for $60. Super happy about that. And then over on eBay, I had 2 sales, but one of them was a return. So the first thing to sell was this J. Crew Factory gray 100% lambswool sweater in a size extra large. This sold via offers to watchers, and the offer I sent was $24.90. They paid for shipping, and I thought that it was going to weigh over a pound, but it didn't. So I didn't end up having to put it in a padded flat rate. So I was able to save a little bit on shipping that way. So I only had to pay $5.79 to ship this out. It did sell via promoted listings at 1%. So I made $23.06 off of that sweater. And I did get that sweater there and a bunch of other stuff that sold this week at a different local consignment store. And I got to shop in their storage unit by myself as like shelter in place was winding down. And they allowed me to fill huge garbage bags and charge me only $50 for each one. So my cost of goods for everything from that consignment store that wasn't shoes was less than $1, like 80 cents or something like that. So I had like, 80 cents into this and I made $23.06. So that was pretty cool. The next thing that sold, I'll just tell you about it, even though I will not see the profits from it, but it was this pair of Salomon XA Comp 4 Gore-Tex Ortho Light hiking shoes in a size 8. They sold for $32. They paid for shipping and I ended up making $27.60 on those. They were promoted at 1%, but the person wanted to return them because she said they were beautiful shoes. They were just a little too big. And I'm kind of glad because I accepted the offer just because I just like wanted to, get some sales and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like I could definitely get more for these shoes. So I'm okay with the fact that they're coming back to me. Maybe I'll list them a little bit higher and hopefully move them for a little bit more. I had another return from something that sold later this week on eBay, but I also had a return on something that sold last week, this Chico's Traveler's dress. And so that was 3 returns total. And I don't know what it is, but I swear, like when I get returns on eBay, they come in 3s. Have you experienced that? Like when you get returns on eBay or when you get cases opened up against you on Poshmark, like do you feel like it comes in 3s? Kind of like celebrity deaths. You know how they say like celebrities die in groups of 3? That's how returns and cases happen, I feel like. So I don't know if it's just me, but I don't really like it. But I mean, like all 3 things were returned because of fit. So at the end of the day, like I get it. That's fine. I don't want people to be stuck with stuff that they can't use. So moving on to Tuesday, which was November 10th, I had 2 sales on Poshmark again. The first one was this pair of Child of Mine, which I think is a brand. I think it's like a diffusion brand of Carter's sold at Walmart. So we're not looking at anything super high end here, but it was this pair of faux fur lined winter snow boots. They sold for $9, so I made $6.05. That was the offer sent to me, was $9, and they were only listed for 9 days. They did come from that consignment store. I had less than $2 into these. Not the greatest flips, so probably not going to be picking up Child of Mine ever again. The next thing to sell was a full price sale, and I was pretty shocked by it. It was this pair of True Religion black mid-rise skinny jeans in a size 28. They had been listed for 35 days. I had them listed for $40 and someone just bought them outright. And it was crazy because these have been getting a lot of likes and I would just keep sending out, offers to likers every time I got a like. And that day that it sold, I had probably sent out like 3 or 4 offers on it. And so when I got the notification that it had sold, I just assumed that it sold through one of, the offers that I had sent out. It just sold full price. So I will take that any day over, someone accepting an offer that I sent them. So I ended up making $32 off of those jeans. And then over on eBay, I had a couple sales. The first one was this Paper Moon, which is a Stitch Fix brand, gray scoop neck tunic in a size medium. That sold for $14.90. It was an offer that I sent out to watchers. They paid for shipping. I made $14.81. And I didn't have that listed for that long, I don't think. Yeah, probably like a month or something. The next thing to sell was kind of a mistake, and I'll explain it here in a little bit, but it was this Gymboree pink puffer jacket for ages 10 to 12 girls. It sold for $17, which is fine. Like that's about how much these kinds of jackets were going for. And I had them pay for shipping, but I had them pay as if it was going to go in a padded flat rate envelope. This thing was huge. Like I think I could have worn this jacket. I don't know why I thought that this was going to ever fit inside of a padded flat rate envelope. Like that was just not going to happen. So it ended up costing $10.62 to ship out, but they only paid for $7.91 because I thought it was going to go in a padded flat rate envelope. So I did have to pay a little bit more for shipping, and I only ended up making $11.55 on this jacket. And I think also because I had it promoted at 1%. So that took a little bit of my cut as well. So not like the best sale, but I did only have it listed for under a week. So I was definitely okay with that. The next thing to sell was over on Mercari. And this was another similar mistake when it comes to shipping. So it was this Justice faux suede, faux shearling lined coat in a size 810. This sold for $20. I think that I had free shipping on as a mistake because I have not been doing free shipping lately on things that I've been selling on Mercari that weigh a pound or more, which this definitely did. So this cost $9.11 to ship out because I said I would pay for it myself, and that's what it cost using Pirate Ship. So I only made $8.01 on that. It's okay. It is what it is. You live and you learn. I sometimes just move too quickly when I'm cross-listing using List Perfectly, and I'm just like pushing buttons while I'm listening to a podcast or watching a TV show or watching YouTube or something, and I'm not like 100% paying attention, and it cost me $9.11. So now I know to be a little bit more careful. Let me know in the comments down below if you've ever made dumb mistakes like that too, like just clicked on things that you weren't supposed to and, you know, wasted money on shipping. But that also probably took like less than 2 weeks to sell. I mean, coats, boots, anything winter related has been flying out the door. And that's what I'm trying to focus my attention on when it comes to listings. So I'm glad that that approach has been working. And then on ThreadUp, I had a sale this day, and it was this pair of Style & Co jeggings in a size medium. Nothing super exciting. They sold for $21.99 on ThreadUp. I got a payout of $3.52. Thank you very much. That came to me in a via trading box that I got for free to do an unboxing of on my YouTube channel, and I was happy to just send it to them and have ThreadUp sell it for me because I've had them for forever. And then on Wednesday, which was November 11th, I sold this Free People open knit crochet lace hooded sweater. This sold for $30. I did pay for discounted shipping, so I made $21.88. That took 37 days to sell after being relisted, and actually it sold first on eBay, but the person never paid. So after waiting like I don't know, 2 weeks for this person to pay. And they did message me at one point and they were like,
I bought this on accident, but I guess I still want it, but I can't pay till next week.
And I was like, what is this? Like, you can't go to the grocery store and be like, I actually didn't want this milk. I guess I'll take it. I'll be back with the money next week though. Like, what? So I waited though. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. They never paid. So I thankfully had not deleted it from Poshmark yet because I wait now for people to pay on eBay before I delete listings. So it was still up on Poshmark. And when it was clear that this person was never going to come through and pay for the item, I just went ahead and canceled the order. And then I sent out offers to likers on this sweater on Poshmark and it sold. So, you know, there you have it. And it sold for more because I think I accepted like a $22 offer on eBay. So this worked out for me. And then the next thing to sell on Poshmark was this Gap, the Modern Tee striped boat neck t-shirt in a size small. This sold for $15 and discounted shipping. I made $9.88. It sold in 8 days, and the person sent me a love note saying that she loves collecting these Modern Tee shirts from Gap. So, you know, anything that has like a name to it, whether it's like a pair of trousers that has like a specific name to it, like, you know, the Express Editor pants, or, you know, even this Gap like Modern Tee long sleeve t-shirt. She said she literally collects them, so you just never know. I thought it was so cute. It was just like really bright and fun. I got it for less than $1 at the consignment store, so I will chalk that up as a win. The next thing to sell was this pair of American Eagle high-rise girlfriend button-fly jeans in a size 2. This was so fun because it sold to a viewer named Alyssa. So Alyssa, thank you so much for your purchase. She also left a really sweet love note saying that she loved how I wrapped it. So I'm really thankful that you appreciated how I packaged up your Poshmark package. In case you're curious, I do wrap Poshmark packages in like tissue paper with a little ribbon, and then my card is tucked underneath the ribbon. So that's what I do, and I'm glad that she liked it. So they sold for $25. That was the offer she sent to me. I had them listed for $30, and I made $20 off of those. They sold in 3 days, and they were really cute. They were like super trendy, you know, the button fly is awesome, high rise, all the good stuff. And I did get those at the consignment store for less than $1, so that was awesome. Thanks again, Alyssa, you are amazing. The next thing to sell was this H&M striped long sleeve sweater for babies that are 6 to 9 months old. It sold for $10. I made $7.05, and this sold 48 days after I listed it, and I listed it like a bazillion years ago. This is a really sweet sale though, because it is something that both of my kids wore. I just love this sweater so much. So it, you know, it was about time that it moved on to a new home. The next thing that sold was this J. Crew Factory Flex Khaki Chino shorts in a size 36W. It sold for $18. That was the offer sent to me. So I made $14.40, and that took 116 days to sell. So it wasn't something that I had relisted. In case you didn't know, I did very recently relist my entire Poshmark closet and cross-list all of those listings over to the other platforms that I sell on. And I will link that video right here. So this just goes to show that, you know, things will sell at all times of the year. I mean, no, I don't know why people are buying shorts right now, but you know, someone did. So there you go. And then my second return from eBay happened this day. It was this pair of Levi's 510 super skinny jeans in a size 36 by 36. They sold for $24.90, and that was through offers to watchers. They paid for shipping. I made $21.27, except I didn't because the guy said that he just could not fit into them. He was like, the sizing on these is so weird. And it wasn't like I had misrepresented anything or anything like that, but they just didn't fit him. I don't know. I mean, they were brand new with tags. He could see, you know, that the sizing was what I said that it was. They just didn't fit him. So, you know, I think maybe like it was his first time opening up a return on eBay too, because he just kept messaging me and being like, I want to return these. And I was like, okay, then like open a return, like you can do that. And he's like, okay, I will. So, you know, that's what we did. And he let me know that he sent them out. So I think this was like the first time he had to do that. And, you know, it stinks, but it's like at the end of the day, again, I don't want people to be stuck with things that aren't going to work for them. These were from my men's ThreadUp rescue box, the most recent one that I did, which was amazing. So I will link that video right here. But they're coming back to me. Maybe next time I can sell them for a little bit more. We'll see. The next thing that sold was over on ThreadUp. I was super excited about this because it was a really good sale for me. It was a Ralph Lauren sport jacket. Just like, I think it was either dark navy or black. It just had a full zip up the front. It was in a size small and it sold for $94.99 over on ThreadUp, giving me a payout of $54.15. I would not have made that much if I had tried selling it on my own. So that was really great. That's probably never going to happen again because of ThreadUp's changes. And ThreadUp is like literally right now processing one of my boxes. And I'm so sad because there's a lot of really good stuff in there. And I can only, you know, price things up to about 50% of the retail price. So it is what it is. You roll with the punches and you just make the best with, you know, whatever situation you have thrown at you. So it is what it is. All right, moving on to Thursday, which was November 12th. I started off the day with a bundle on Poshmark, and the first item in the bundle was this new with tags Verte, I don't know how to say it, elastic waist coral romper with like an eyelet fabric in a size medium. This took 93 days to sell since being relisted, and before that, I think I had it in my Poshmark closet for like over a year. I thought it was really cute. I don't understand why I had it for so long, but I also think that people are just not purchasing rompers as much. Like it's just not as trendy. So, you know, I held on to it for a little bit longer than I wanted, but it did finally sell. The next thing to sell was this new with tags green wide sleeve button back tunic in a size medium. This was a newer listing. I only had it listed for 26 days. I got it at the consignment store by where my daughter does gymnastics. So I was happy to move something that hadn't been listed for very long. The person sent me an offer of $30 on both of these pieces, which may sound really low, but like I said, I've had that romper for so long. I just needed it out of my life. So I accepted the offer. I made $24 on both of those items and I'm fine with that. Like I celebrated it as if it was the biggest win in the world. The next thing to sell was this pair of Baffin Abbey Black floral trim pull-on snow boots in a size 4 for girls. This sold for $24 and I did offer discounted shipping, so I made $17.08. These were only listed for 14 days, so like I said, any winter boots or just boots in general, winter coats, snow pants, like you're going to see a couple of snow pants coming up, list them right now. The fun thing about this pair of boots is that they went to the North Pole in Alaska. Literally, the town name is called North Pole. I thought that was so cool. The next thing to sell was this pair of Lululemon Astro shorts in black, and they were in a size 4. These were given to me for free by a friend of mine, and I actually was planning on keeping them myself, but when I tried them on, they just like didn't, I don't know, they weren't working for me. So I went ahead and listed them. They sold for $30 in a day. So I think like the day after I listed them, they sold. That was with discounted shipping, so I made $21.88. Lululemon tops generally, especially like tank tops, they just don't really work for me. They don't move for me, but shorts always move so fast. So if you ever find Lululemon shorts, I definitely recommend picking them up. And then on Friday the 13th, I had a great sales day. Apparently my reselling memos didn't get the fact that, you know, funky, scary things were supposed to happen because they were all like, let's do this. So I was really excited about that. The first thing to sell on Friday the 13th on Poshmark was a 5-piece bundle. And what they did was they bundled it. They sent me an offer and I was super excited to accept it. So the first thing was this new with tags Express short sleeve polo in a size medium. It took 66 days to sell from the time that it was relisted. And I believe I listed this last fall. So I've had this for a very long time. The next thing to sell was this cool blue Charisma tank, and it had a shelf bra and it was in a size medium. That sold 29 days after being relisted. I probably listed it like, I want to say in like April or something. So I've had this for a while too. The next thing to sell was this Nike Golf Tour Performance Dry Fit Skort in a size 12. This literally had only been listed for a day, and it did come from the consignment store for under $1. The next thing was this Talbot's navy white striped front tie sweater in a size small petite. This also came from the consignment store. This took 32 days to sell. And then the last thing to sell was this Calvin Klein Houndstooth Classic Blazer in a size 10 petite. This took 312 days to sell. I actually sent this into ThreadUp. And so what I did was when I sent it into ThreadUp, I marked it as not for sale in my Poshmark closet. And when it didn't sell and I reclaimed it and it came back to me, that way I didn't have to like retake pictures or relist it. I just, marked it back for sale. And that's why it says it was listed for so long. This was actually something my mom gave me. I think my mom wore it a little bit and then she just didn't anymore. So I just listed it, and someone sent me an offer of $85, which again seems kind of low, but given that the Express shirt, for example, I had for so long, and that the Calvin Klein blazer I had gotten for free, I was totally okay with, accepting that $85 offer. So I made $68 off of that bundle. The next thing to sell was this pair of Tommy Hilfiger vintage spell out loose jeans in a size 34 by 34. These have been listed since February. I did relist them, and after relisting them, they sold 56 days later. They sold for $28 with discounted shipping, so I made $20.28. I got those for $1, believe it or not, at a Salvation Army. While I was traveling with students, we had like a music conference type thing, and so I had a day where I was pretty free to do whatever I wanted. I went thrifting for 5.5 hours at Salvation Army. I will link that video right here, and I picked up a lot of really great things, including this. So, I think this kind of stuff, you have to find the right buyer for it, and I'm glad that someone finally came along and snatched them up. I had a really great day over on eBay on Friday the 13th. The first thing to sell was this pair of American Eagle bootcut jeans for men in a size 34 by 36. These, I believe I got at the consignment store for under $1. I don't typically pick up bootcut, but for, under $1, I'll pick it up if it's in good shape. They actually sold for $21.90. That was the offer that I sent out to watchers. They paid for shipping. I made $18.92. And those were listed, I want to say, for like 3 or 4 days. Like, they went fast. The next thing to sell was this pair of Merrell purple Jungle Mar waterproof winter boots. I don't know. There's a lot of verbiage with this. I don't know. They were in a youth size 6. They sold for $24.90. That was the offer that I sent out to watchers. They paid for shipping. It was also promoted at 1%. So I made $21.41 off of those boots. And those were from the consignment store. So I had less than $2 into them. The next thing to sell went to a repeat buyer who continues to come back to my eBay store week after week, and I'm so thankful. Ricardo, you are amazing. Thank you so much. I also do have a question, and I'll ask the question at the end of telling you about this sale, but Ricardo got 2 things. The first thing was this new with tags Banana Republic silver metallic peplum skirt in a size 6. I think I did get this at a Goodwill a while ago, and I picked it up because it was new with tags, and I just thought it was really cute. But a while ago, I've had this for a while. And then the next thing that Ricardo picked up was this new with tags altered state purple crochet lace C'est La Vie dress in a size medium. This I also picked up a while ago, I believe at a Goodwill or something like that. Anyway, they got both pieces and it came out to $42.48, and the shipping came out to $9. I was, however, able to get both of those into a padded flat rate envelope, which cost $7.91. So I ended up making $38.42. My question is, I have moved to managed payments through eBay. With PayPal, it used to be that you could go in later and you could refund the buyer on your own. You didn't have to go through eBay. But an example like this where I overcharged for shipping, I would like to refund Ricardo the amount that I overcharged, but I don't know how with managed payments. If you guys know how to do that, please let me know in the comments below. That would be super helpful. And Ricardo, if you know, please let me know so I can get you your $1 and some change, because like I said, I did overcharge you a little bit on shipping, and I would like to send you some of that money back. So that was awesome. I love it when people come back to my Poshmark closet or eBay store. It lets me know that maybe I don't suck completely and that people are willing to shop from me again. So I love that. The next thing to sell over on eBay was this Banana Republic slim fit red gingham button-up shirt in a size medium. This had a lot of yellowing around the collar, and I know that there's a lot that you can do to get it out. And my husband has gotten yellowing out of collars before, but it takes a lot of time and work and energy. And And so I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and auction these out because I don't want anyone to have to take that time and energy to do that. So I just started the auction at $4.99. It got the one bid. They paid for shipping. I made $4.66. Easy peasy. I have a lot more of these button-up shirts that need just some work on the collar. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm just going to, auction them out, and I'm cool with that. And these are things that, either I got for free or they showed up in rescue boxes or, whatever. Like I'm fine with it. I'm not losing money on these pieces. The next thing to sell was this J. Crew Factory plaid flannel slim Oxford button-down shirt. This was in a size extra large. I got this in my most recent men's ThreadUp rescue box, and it sold for $21.24. I was running, I think it was like a 15% off sale or something like that in my Poshmark closet or in my eBay store. And actually the two pieces that Ricardo got as well, they got it through my sale, but this was, like 15, 20% off, something like that. They paid for shipping. I made $18.25. And then I had one more auction item, and it was this Under Armour pink graphic t-shirt in a size large. This sold for $2.99. They paid for shipping, and they paid a little bit more than they needed to, so I ended up making $3.26. And I got that for free from someone at church too, so I just went ahead and listed it. It was like a little faded. It had some wash wear to it, so that's why I just went ahead and auctioned it out. The last thing to sell on Friday the 13th was over on Mercari, and it was this La Petite Rothschild floral bunting in a size 24 months. This, I believe, was vintage. I just didn't know how to prove it, so I didn't put vintage in the title, but it sold for $16. They paid for shipping. I got that right this time, and so I made $13.64 on that. I did get it from the consignment store for less than $1, so I was really happy about that, and it was probably listed for maybe a month or two, so not too long. Moving on to Saturday, which was November 14th. I had a pretty good weekend, I guess. The first thing to sell over on Poshmark was this Crazy 8 red quilted peacoat in a size medium. Crazy 8 is not like the greatest children's brand by any means, but this sold for $14, 55 days after it was relisted, I believe. And so that gave me a profit of $11.05. That I got for free from a friend at church as well. So I was, fine with making $11.05 off of something that I got for free. That's awesome. The next thing to sell was another pair of True Religion jeans. This was the Bobby bootcut low-rise jeans in a size 29. Those sold for $35. That I think, oh my gosh, was that also a full price sale? I think it was. I think that was my asking price. So that was two pairs of True Religion jeans that sold this week for my full asking price. Pretty cool. And I made $28 off of those. They were listed for 29 days, and those did come from a ThreadUp rescue box. The next thing to sell was this Dare camo spell out graphic t-shirt in a size large. This was vintage. It sold for $20 with discounted shipping. I made $13.88 off of it, and it took 79 days to sell after being relisted, which I thought was kind of crazy because I thought it was such a cool shirt. I do think that the camel print that was on the word Dare was really hard to see in my pictures. It was in the listing title, but if you don't see it right off, I don't think it really registers. So maybe that's part of the reason why it looked like a basic Dare shirt. And even a basic Dare shirt I think is pretty cool, but it did have a camel print, which I thought made it that much cooler. And this t-shirt was purchased by someone named Chris Brown. I'm sure it was not the Chris Brown, but by Chris Brown. So this week I shipped to someone in the North Pole, probably Santa, needed a pair of children's boots, and then to Chris Brown. So it was a good week as far as famous people that I was shipping off items to. The next thing to sell was this pair of new with tag Steve Madden black fleece lined leggings in a size large. They sold for $12. That was the offer that was sent to me. I made $9.05. They took 20 days to sell, and they were from the consignment store. So I paid less than $1 for them. When I was at the storage unit for the consignment store, basically they have a ton of just those industrial garment racks or different kinds of racks that, everything is hung on. They also had just tons and tons of boxes with all of the shoes in them. And then they had all these bags just kind of along the floor where they had accessories and purses and things like that. So I remember there was a day when I was just going through all those bags, and anything small like this, whether it was accessories or little bags or, bras or stuff like that, I obviously just like threw in my own bags if they were like pretty good brands or new with tags or anything like that, because I knew that my cost of goods would be so low, especially because they were so small. So this was definitely one of those pieces. You know, it didn't take up any space in my bag, and I made $9.05 off of it. How cool. The next thing to sell was this pair of American Eagle tan slim straight jeans. These were in a size 34 by 30 for men. These, maybe I only had these listed for like $18 or something, because they did have some puckering at the crotch. I remember I had them listed, you know, lower than I would list American Eagle jeans. I got an offer for $12 on them, and I just went ahead and accepted because I didn't know who else was really looking for tan colored jeans with puckering. So I was like, I should take this. I will regret it if I don't accept this offer. So I accepted. They only took 10 days to sell, and I made $9.05 off of those. And those came from the consignment store, so I have less than $1 into those. On eBay, I sold this pair of BOC black trapeze leather ankle boots in a size 7. They sold for $25, and they were promoted at 1%. They paid for shipping. I didn't have them pay for quite enough, so I had to pay an additional $2.18. So I made $18.97 off of those boots. They came from the consignment store. I had less than $2 into them. The next thing to sell was this pair of Eileen Fisher black pull-on comfort pants in a size medium petite. These I did get at the consignment store by where my daughter does gymnastics, although gymnastics is no more. Oh, I do not want to tell her. She's like loving gymnastics so much. We, as a state, I live in Illinois, we have moved backwards into tier 3. So we have moved back into the world of, you know, they're going to limit the number of people inside of stores. I am getting emotional about this. Yeah, we as a state, also we as a country, are not doing awesome at this COVID thing. Like, we just are not. So I guess if I can get up on my soapbox for a moment, please wear your masks. I don't want to go through another school year like this or another holiday season like this next year in 2021. I don't want to have Thanksgiving without my parents and without my in-laws and all these different people. I don't know. This really stinks. So, wow, it went somewhere really dark really fast. I'm so sorry. But these, let's pull it back. These I got from the consignment store near where my daughter does gymnastics not that long ago, and I had them listed for probably like 2 to 3 weeks. They sold for $30. I had it promoted at 1%, and they did pay for shipping, although I did have to pay 71 cents more. So I made $25.55 on those. I usually have a pretty hard time moving Eileen Fisher, so that was really exciting to me. The next thing to sell was this pair of Adidas black track pants with like the 3, you know, iconic stripes along the sides in a size small for women. They did have a lot of like hem wear along the bottom. I did get these at the consignment store for less than $1, but I think when I was just throwing stuff in my bag, I didn't see the wear on the hem. So that's my fault. I listed them relatively low, maybe at like $15 or something. They sold for $11, and they paid for shipping. I made $10.88 because they did pay a little bit more for shipping than they needed to, and they were promoted at 1%. And then on Mercari, I had 3 sales, and I sold a lot of like kids stuff over on Mercari last week. So definitely kids stuff moves pretty well over on Mercari. The first thing was this pair of Polarn Eau Pirate black snow pants. These were size 18 to 24 months. I actually picked these up at a Goodwill locally, you know, kind of a while ago, like sometime last year, but I had just listed them because I picked them up for my son. And then I was like, you know, these look really nice. Let me just look them up. Comps on these are pretty great. Like, there are listings up for like as high as $50, but they typically sell within like that $35 to $40 range. I got an offer on these for $32 on Mercari, and they had so much attention on Mercari and Poshmark. Not so much on eBay, but they had a ton of likes over on Mercari and Poshmark. And so I, you know, kind of thought about like waiting it out for a higher offer, but I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and take it. But I also made a mistake on shipping for this one. So I took the $32 offer only to realize that for whatever reason, I had selected the $4.99 shipping option, but I said that I was going to pay for it. So, I ended up making $22.58 off of these. I could have made a good amount more, but that's fine. It is what it is. And I probably paid like $2 or $3 for these at Goodwill. So it was a good flip, and it's a great brand to be on the lookout for. It's a Swedish brand, and they do all of these kind of like wintry jackets and snow pants and stuff like that. The next thing to sell was this pair of Baby Gap red corduroy overalls in a size 6 to 12 months. They sold for $17. I did select free shipping on this, and I said that I would pay for it, which I was like ready to do, so it was fine. Shipping was $4.57 because I went through Pirate Ship, and I made $9.94 off of those. And those came from the consignment store for less than $1. The next thing to sell was this pair of Levi's tan 514 slim straight jeans in a size 29 by 29. They came from the consignment store, and they were like size 29 by 29 for men, but also a size 18 for boys. So, you know, you could kind of consider it both. I went ahead and listed them for men just because, I don't know, I feel like more people would be looking for that than size 18. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But they sold for $17. I paid for shipping, which was $5.52. This was a situation where I should have selected the $4.99 shipping option on Mercari, or just had them pay for shipping. I don't know why I thought I should pay for shipping on this. Like, obviously it was going to cost more than $5, but I ended up making $8.99 off of that $17 sale. Not my greatest Mercari moment. By the way, I don't really sound like a pro on Mercari, and I'm not claiming to be, but I did make a video all about selling on Mercari, especially from the perspective of a Poshmark seller. If you want to check that out, I will have that video linked right up there. And then the last day was Sunday the 15th, and this was a pretty slow Sunday for me. Typically Sundays are pretty good, but this Sunday was like, whatever. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't amazing. The first thing to sell on Poshmark was this RSVP by Talbot's cashmere blend jeweled sweater in a size small. I believe the RSVP part of the Talbot's brand is kind of their more like dressy formal attire. So this, you know, had like this little ruffle detail along the collar, and it had like jewels all along it. So it was extra snazzy. This sold for $23. I believe they offered me like 15 or something. I got them up to 23, and I made $18.40 off of it. And that was after 17 days of being listed. This went to ThreadUp. It didn't sell on ThreadUp. It came back to me, and I was like, I'll just go ahead and list it because I feel like it would be perfect right now for people to wear to like holiday parties and stuff. Who's going to a holiday party? Holiday parties are canceled, but I guess someone could wear this and just feel super festive, you know, at their own house. The next thing to sell was this pair of Nike Free 5.0 TR Fit 4P. Oh, I don't know what all this stuff means. Whatever. They're running shoes, and they were in a size 5. They sold for $18 with discounted shipping. I made $12.28 off of those. They were listed for 117 days. I've had these for like, I don't know, like a year and a half or something. I don't know why they didn't sell. Like, when I pulled them out, I was like, are they flawed? Like, why did I have them listed for so low? I think that this particular pair of Nikes, like this style, I think they're just oversaturated, and maybe that's why I had it priced so low. I don't know. Regardless of them being priced that low, they just didn't move. So I'm glad that they finally did. I think I originally had them listed at like 25. And then on eBay, I sold this Talbot's orange turtleneck long sleeve shirt, and it was in a size 2X. It sold for $15, and they paid for shipping, so I made $12.28. That was promoted at 1% as well, and that did come from the consignment store for less than $1. And that's been listed for quite some time, like probably 4 months at this point. I did have to relist it, but it sold, so I'll take it. The last thing to sell this week was this pair of Gap Slim Straight worn-in jeans in a size 33 by 30. They came to me in that men's ThreadUp rescue box. I sold them for $15. They paid for shipping. I made $12.36. So let's go over our numbers. Over on Poshmark, I sold 26 items for $417.02. It was a really great Poshmark week for me. That, for me, is really good. And by the way, when I say $417.02, that is the amount that went into my bank account. So I'm already accounting for things like the Poshmark 20% selling fee. I'm already subtracting all of the shipping discounts from the week. That's literally what I earned. And then on eBay, I sold 15 items for $234.38. That was a great eBay week for me as well. You know, to make over $200 on eBay in any given week, that's pretty good for me. And then on Mercari, I sold 5 items for $63.16. And on ThreadUp, I sold 2 items for $57.60. $2,022.67. And by the way, I did not include the profits from the items that were returned. Obviously I'm not going to see that profit, so I didn't include it in these numbers, just in case you were wondering. So that came out to a total of 48 items sold, which is a lot for me, and I made $772.23. I don't think I've ever had an $800 week. So that is my goal, is that before 2020 is out, I want to make at least $800 of profit in any given week. Maybe there was one week, but let's say I want to have at least one $800 week before the end of the year is out. So that's my goal. And I was so close to meeting it this week, but we'll just keep pushing for next week or the week after. I sold a total of 26 women's pieces, 12 men's pieces, and 11 kids pieces. So, for me, I like to sell a little bit of everything, and a lot of men's and kids stuff sold this week. So if you have stuff lying around the house, if your spouse or partner, has clothes that they don't wear anymore, maybe just try it. It doesn't hurt to branch out and try different things. And I know there are some people out there who have a separate Poshmark closet for their men's stuff or for their kids stuff. I just throw it all in the same closet. I don't know, it works for me. And on eBay too, I just have everything in the same store. This week I sold 20 items from that consignment store I had told you about, where I shop by the bag and I paid $50 per bag. But in total, as far as how many items I've sold from that consignment store thus far, I have sold 332 items from that consignment store. That's not including anything that I've sent into Thredup, which is a lot of stuff. And off of those 332 items, I made $5,340.06. I did have an initial investment of $1,400. That's how much I spent at that consignment store for well over 1,200 pieces. And I have a lot more of that stuff to continue listing, which is really exciting. But yeah, I always love to give you a little update on how I'm doing with, the items that I picked up from that consignment store. So listen, guys, I'm sorry I got a little sad in this video. I was not expecting it to go there. Traditionally the holidays can be a really wonderful period of time for people, but it can also be some of the hardest, depending on what's going on in your life. And I think it's safe to say that this is just a really trying time for all of us. And so just a reminder to check up on those that you love, tell those that you love them. It's a really hard time, and we need to be there for one another as much as possible. So that is my video for the day. If you enjoyed it at all, if you learned anything, please consider hitting that like button, because it does help out this video and my channel greatly. And do me a favor, guys, if you did enjoy my video and you feel like you know someone who would benefit from watching it, definitely feel free to share it to them, or even share it on your Instagram, in your stories or something. Every little bit of exposure does help my channel, like I said. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye!